think that's recording.
Well, my husband's gone away too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, always. It's
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Hey, put your phones away. This is important stuff.
Okay,
Kids.
it's on silent.
Bring mine off so I can bring. Good. Oh, they don't? Good. Okay, so first, I want to thank you. Like, you can wave at the camera too to make sure they know you're alive.
Hello.
Of course, this is a speech class, and I wanted to give a little. I could give a speech on installing a '67 Ford carburetor, which would pretty much do you guys. I'm judging. Zero good. So I tried to design something that hopefully I'm giving a speech and maybe you take something away from this as well. So I want you to understand that. So a little bit about why I'm at this topic that I'm at. I don't know how much information, but I'm going to give you a little information about me. 3 years ago, I went back to school full-time at UNO, completely online because of my limitations, and it's easier for me to learn. Through my travels of online learning, you see there's a bit of a discrepancy in the education that you get online compared to the classroom, and that's not 100%. But it's like, there's a good teacher in the classroom, there's a good teacher, there's a good experience in the classroom, there's a good experience online. I'm a bit vocal when there's a bit of an issue. I don't let things just go by. So I was the squeaky wheel at UNO. So last spring, being the squeaky wheel, the dean of UNO students asked me to sit on the board to retool their online classes and to also assist with students with disabilities because they're expanding their accessibility, something that you can relate to. So that's my, talking about this is a little personal and comes from personal experience. The perception of online classes from the public out there, I was on Facebook yesterday, and there was a college that was advertising for online education. And of course, the comments were, good, you get this degree and you can be a manager at Arby's, you can be, it's the public perception that an online education is not as worthy as a classroom. The student perception is kind of similar in some aspects too. This is going to be easier, this is going to be an easy A, this is good. But of course that is not always true. A little bit of the history of online classes. Jones International University launched in 1996 was the first completely online education system. That's according to David Ferrer, a history of online education. There are now literally thousands of schools, whether they be completely online or like Metro that's got combination of both classes. The online classes basically replace the correspondence. You're too young to remember, but we used to have it. Us old people used to have to do by mail and all sorts of crazy stuff if we went into education. And of course, like I said, with many of the traditional universities have now gone to adding online classes. I see that as a good and a bad. I think there's a lot of it. We're trying to help students, and then, of course, hey, this is another way, another revenue stream. So take it for what it's worth. When we look at the student aspect, we need to understand that students, it is not the easy A, it is not for everybody. According to Terry Anderson, the theory of practice of online learning. Students must be honest and dedicated with their online classes. The teaching and learning system should be built from two vantage points: the needs of the attending students and the attending learning outcomes of the course, the knowledge and skills and attributes that they're going to impart to us. An ideal system is based on a plan that flows from a full understanding of these two fundamentals. What does that mean? We need to learn it. It's not just a matter of, hey, I'm going to read it. In my 3 years of being back, I've been on the dean's list every semester. My lowest grade has been a B+ out of 80-some credits. So I'm not speaking from I didn't get the grade that I wanted. There's times that I don't feel that I got what I paid for, that I learned what I paid to get learn. But many students make the mistake that of expecting the easier. Many times there's going to be more reading, much more reading assigned. There's going to be a lot more heavier workload. You need to have the dedication and commitment, knowing that I need to budget my time. I'm not required to be there at a certain time. I'm not required to go sit in the classroom. When am I going to learn the material? It's not for everybody. Students need to determine whether this is a viable option for them. Students need to ask themselves, can they learn this independently? Is it something they're going to be successful at? Now we get into teachers. What is the teachers in the school's responsibility? And I'm not going to throw any particular class or teacher under the bus or any institution, but just as some examples, this is a current class lecture for the week. I'll summarize it. Read chapters 6 and 8. This is from another classroom. It has 27 points to read. Eight different points in the book and 19 web pages for you to go peruse. Neither one of these teachers offered any personal lecture or personal communication. A class that I took last spring, was printed out on May 6th. The class started on January 11th. It's my grades. Out of, excuse me, 12 assignments as of May 6th, 4 months into the class. One assignment had been graded, and that was a test that was automatically graded by the system. There needs to be a commitment from teachers to impart their knowledge. They're not there as merely as a facilitator or a babysitter. They went to school and gained some knowledge. They need to pass that knowledge on to the students. Teachers, according to Sharon O'Malley, an effective teaching online, she states that too often faculty try to lay the technology on top of the face-to-face course, and that does not work well. It doesn't work for the students, it doesn't work for the faculty. It is a different environment. We can't just go read this website. Go read the book. Here's your test. No matter where teaching takes place, the importance of faculty member being there and being mentally present with the students is the most important thing they can do. The teacher needs to be there. That is being there more than just to answer the question, but impart the knowledge. Teachers must be accessible to the students. What does accessible mean? Grading and feedback should be informative and timely. A syllabus issued at the start of the semester and graded at the end of the semester is not teaching students the material. So I use the example of if you were in a brick and mortar classroom and you walked in the first day as a teacher and you said, here's your syllabus, this is what I expect from you. And you never showed up in the classroom again until the end of the year and said, I'm here to give you your final grade. Is that the expectation that you should get in a brick and mortar classroom? And it should not be the expectation that we get in an online classroom. So how do we take the next step? How do we make online learning more, what's the word, more advantageous for all involved? It's more than just about convenience. It's not about, is it more economically feasible? Heck, I don't know if you know this, but you know it costs more money to go online than it does to actually attend classrooms. So it's not a strictly economic or easier way. Once again, I'm going to reference the book, The Theory and Practice of Online Learning by Terry Anderson. The creation of an effective online educational community must involve three critical components. Cognitive presence. B. You're interrupting. The student must be